Welcome to Startup Show San Diego, where we're covering ESRI at the San Diego Convention Center. My name is Jennifer Newell, and I am here with Victor Quinn of socialradar, the VP of Engineering. So, how did socialradar start out?
Yeah, so it's actually kind of an interesting story. We wanted to build a mobile app that would give you information on who was around you and how you were connected to them. And so we started doing that, and in order to do that, we had to provide highly accurate location for the smartphone. And when we started to build that, we pivoted from the social app to creating a developer SDK that kind of distilled all of our location-based knowledge so that other developers could build cool apps using that location as well. And one of the problems we ran into while we were doing that was that even when we figured out the very accurate location of somebody, when we tried to figure out which place they were in, which bar they were in, which restaurant they were in, which store they were in, the existing data sets were not accurate enough to give us that information to tell us where the person actually was. So we kind of did another pivot, and this time we're looking at highly accurate maps based particularly on the locations of businesses. So we've gathered the accurate storefront and entrance for every business in the United States, and we're expanding into Europe now. So we've done actually Paris, and we're starting to gather other areas of data. So
tell me a little bit about your customers, and I want to hear also, what's one of the best things your customers have told you?
Yeah, so it's kind of fascinating because when we started, our customers were end users, consumers, people who downloaded our app and utilize it. With our first pivot, we moved to developers when we were building a developer SDK. So then it was a very different set of customers. And now when we're going into the mapping space, we're looking more at commercial businesses and commercial licensing. So we've almost had different set of customers for each that we've undergone as a startup. So it's been a very interesting path.
So out of these customers, what's one of the best things that they've told you? Something that just made you think, wow, this is really cool what I'm doing for my customers.
Yeah, so we don't have too many customers yet for our current product, but for our mobile SDK, which we called Location Kit, we had some great feedback where customers would say it was almost magical, where we would find the business that the person was in when they had tried other solutions and they just were unable to do it. So
that's excellent feedback. I'm sure a lot of startups would like to hear the same thing.
Absolutely.
So if I were to interview you in 1 to 3 years here at ESRI, what do you think will have changed by the time we talk to you in that time frame?
Yeah, hopefully we would like to be able to say that we have a more broad data set. We've gathered more of the world. Instead of just US coverage, we'd love to have international coverage in a lot of different places. We'd also love to be able to say that we've got a lot of licensing revenue, a lot of big customers that you've heard of, hopefully, instead of just the few that we've started with just now, as we just started licensing this data about a week ago. So.
That's great to hear. I hope you've enjoyed ESRI, and we have definitely had a great time covering startups with ESRI. Check us out on YouTube, and we'll catch you with the next startup.